Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. My name is Vineet. The new slew of allegations under vote chori has been made by leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi. He sharpened his attack on the BJP and Election Commission with alleged proof of systemic voter fraud in Karnataka's constituency as the prime example. He also accused the Election Commission chief Gyanesh Kumar and said he's knowingly shielding the perpetrators. In a press conference in Delhi, Rahul Gandhi provided names that were allegedly being struck off electoral rolls through software manipulation and fake applications. In his allegations, 6,018 votes were sought to be deleted in the Alan constituency of Karnataka, while 6,850 votes were sought to be added in Rajura constituency in Maharashtra using centralized software and phones outside of Karnataka. The Election Commission and the BJP replied to these claims instantly. And according to the EC, deletion of any vote cannot be done online by any member of the public. Union Minister Anurag Thakur replied to these allegations by saying that Rahul Gandhi is trying to destabilize the Indian democracy and spread anarchy in India, creating a Bangladesh or Nepal-like situation. Well, we will talk about this. But first up, joining us on the show is Mr. N. Gopalaswamy. He's a former Chief Election Commissioner. And we are also being joined by Dr. Sudha Halkai, BJP spokesperson from Karnataka. Mr. Suleiman Mohammed Khan, Congress spokesperson, also joins us on the show. And last but not the least, Mr. Naveen Dubey, political analyst, with us on the program as well. We'll quickly take some questions from Mr. Gopalaswamy, and then of course we'll move on. So thank you so much for joining us. Of course, this is big revelation coming in by Rahul Gandhi. What do you make of Rahul Gandhi's fresh allegations on specific vote or voter deletions?
Well, actually, the first thing is that deletions have not been made. I mean, there were 6,000 odd or 5,900 odd applications within courts. 24 after verification, only 24 were removed, which is genuinely removed. The point is that in the Election Commission's instructions, you may make an application online, but no application for inclusion, exclusion, or change of address is ever made without field verification. So you may make an application. That doesn't mean that they will immediately on that basis make the corrections. No, they do a field verification. Therefore, it is in this particular case of Karnataka, one of the BLOs got, the BLO got some information which she found was wrong. So she alerted others, and the entire thing was then inquired into. In fact, the Election Commission officials in that particular district made the complaint to the police about the attempt at deleting names. So just because somebody makes an online application doesn't mean that the action will be, the request will be sanctioned by the commission. There is a field verification available. Therefore, that's the first issue. Therefore, the question of deletion doesn't arise at all. Even if you make 100,000 applications, it doesn't happen unless there is a field verification that confirms. So no deletions took place, excepting the genuine ones. Okay. So after that, it is the Election Commission officials there in that particular district who filed the complaint. And it was investigated. And during the course of, in fact, my information is that taking the matter seriously, looking at the seriousness of the situation, it is the CEO who held meetings with senior police officials, and it was the modus operandi of how to tackle this was for how to, what kind of records will be needed, what is necessary for this to be investigated, etc. was discussed. And based on that, whatever records were asked for were obtained from the CDAC in Pune and supplied to the investigating officer. I'm given to understand a new investigating officer has recently come. Maybe he has made some requests for some records, which I'm quite sure if they can give the records which were asked for earlier, they will give the records now also because it's their own case.
All right, so does the presence of voters who claim that their votes were deleted act as some sort of an evidence?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it's very simple. It doesn't happen at all. You make an application online, but deletion doesn't take place online. Deletion happens after the verification is done and the authority is concerned, the electoral registration officer concerned, approves a particular deletion or approves a particular inclusion or change of address. Then only it is affected in the electoral roll.
How can vote deletion happen? The Election Commission says that it is impossible to do something like this online at least.
Well, actually, the first thing is that deletions have not been made. I mean, there were 6,000 odd or 5,900 odd applications within courts. 24 after verification, only 24 were removed, which is genuinely removed. The point is that in the Election Commission's instructions, you may make an application online, but no application for inclusion, exclusion, or change of address is ever made without field verification. So you may make an application. That doesn't mean that they will immediately on that basis make the corrections. No, they do a field verification. Therefore, it is in this particular case of Karnataka, one of the BLOs got, the BLO got some information which she found was wrong. So she alerted others, and the entire thing was then inquired into. In fact, the Election Commission officials in that particular district made the complaint to the police about the attempt at deleting names. So just because somebody makes an online application doesn't mean that the action will be, the request will be sanctioned by the commission. There is a field verification available. Therefore, that's the first issue. Therefore, the question of deletion doesn't arise at all. Even if you make 100,000 applications, it doesn't happen unless there is a field verification that confirms. So no deletions took place, excepting the genuine ones. Okay. So after that, it is the Election Commission officials there in that particular district who filed the complaint. And it was investigated. And during the course of, in fact, my information is that.
So, have there been any previous instances of mass voter deletion that caught your eye, or you remember?
When you say mass deletion means what? I mean, I don't get you, because this is this kind of facility for online request, not deletion. Online requests. It's come out in the last few years. I mean, maybe 5-7 years. Earlier, you needed to make a physical application, for whether for inclusion, deletion, or for modification of the address. So, question of, yes. See, when I remember in 2004 or so, no application, nobody is allowed to give, applications in bulk. But a relaxation was made by the Election Commission for the political party representatives to give bulk applications in the understanding that they are going and meeting people, and they would be gathering applications for deletion or inclusion or change of address, and therefore to that extent that they are representing a section of people who want these changes, they may be allowed to give in bulk. But immediately after some time, the commission found that this facility is being misused, and they stopped it.
Sir, appreciate you joining us on the show. Thank you so much. Let me, in fact, quickly rope in Sulaiman Mohammad Khan, Congress spokesperson. Sulaiman, how do you respond to, first of all, what you've heard from the former Chief Election Commissioner, that something like this that Rahul Gandhi is alleging is not possible? And of course, this is something which has been echoed by the current setup in the Election Commission as well. Sulaiman.
So how come what today Rahul Gandhi ji has said in the press conference and exhibited before the whole world, how this has been done, the modus operandi which has been, through which they have operated, they have done deletion this time in this constituency of a land, and the way it has been done. Look, Vineet, one has to take a very serious view of it. Whatever the previous gentleman has said, I don't completely agree with him. I disagree with him completely. This FIR number 26 of 2023 was registered in February of 23. In past 18 months, the CID has written 18 letters to the Election Commission of India and the Chief Election Commissioner. I have few of them. Now, in every letter, what I have seen, they are asking, give us the IP address, give us the login address, please give us the OTPs which are sent to them, these numbers whereby these 6,000 voters have been deleted, which we have got. Now, they are not replying to it. They are not giving the information. I am saying, if everything is hunky-dory, everything is fine, no vote chori has been done, then why don't Election Commission in past 18 months, for past 18 months, they are sitting on all the information and the data and they're not sharing it. We have been writing, CID has been writing, not the Congress party. Finally, the CEC of Karnataka has written to the Chief Election Commissioner here in Delhi, asking that give us this information. It's very serious. They're just sitting on it. So, therefore, this suspicion and a very strong suspicion arises on the functionality of the Election Commission of India, which is the custodian of the electoral list of all the electors in India, to conduct elections in India. So therefore, a very strong and a grave suspicion arises. And to our understanding now, after these two press conferences of Rahul Gandhi, it's amply clear that Election Commission is working to make BJP win elections in a manner, because it's not going to, it's not able to clarify on these issues. And therefore, we have said in 1 week you give this information, otherwise we are 100% sure you are saving someone.
Okay, let's take a reaction from Dr. Sudha Halkai, BJP spokesperson as well. Dr. Halkai, how do you respond to these allegations that Rahul Gandhi has made? In fact, he's given a proper presentation on how this transfer actually took place and why it is a threat, to the democratic way of voting and identifying voters and counting votes.
Very good evening, Vinit. First and foremost, I'd like to tell that we call this, Ulta Chor Kotwal Kodate. Let us not forget about the history where Rahul Gandhi's own grandmother was caught with the malpractices of the elections, and she was accused by the High Court, Honorable High Court of Ahmedabad, and because she didn't want to lose her chair, she came up with the emergency in India, keeping the country in the dark state for almost 2.5 years. And very recently, just a couple of days back in Karnataka, the High Court of Karnataka has asked Mr. Nanjunde Gowda, who is the MLA of Mallur from Kolar district, that recounting has to be taken place because he is also caught with election malpractices. So here, that's what I am saying, Ultachur Kotwal Kodate. Why is again Rahul Gandhi coming up with all these allegations without any concrete evidences? There is no facts. We ask him to provide the facts. He doesn't provide the facts. Every time they come up with an allegation, it is like a hit and run case. And as one of our co-panelists had told that it is highly impossible for any addition or deletion of the votes digitally in our country. And Election Commission of India has very well narrated about it. And this is a gang of Soros which is working. It is a deep state. And let me tell, Rahul Gandhi actually should be very proud that he is the leader of the opposition of such a concrete, dynamic NDA party which is recognized throughout the world. And the way our Honorable Prime Minister is working day and night, almost 18 hours a day, he is working, keeping the vision of 30 years ahead, and how he is taking our country in such a high pedestal in the entire world. Instead of that, instead of being a constructive opponent, he is coming up with all these false allegations. Only allegations hit and run case, where he is not able to prove anything. Earlier also, whatever allegations he had put on the BJP party, which had come up in the Supreme Court also, Supreme Court has given a very clear, clean sheet to the BJP party, and still he is not coming out of his this habits of putting the allegation. So very sorry to have such a brainless leader of the opposition, I must say. And he's trying to create restlessness in our country and trying to, as we told, he's trying to create all this atmosphere of Bangladesh and Nepal, and that is very dangerous for our country.
Naveen, where do you stand on this? Of course, if Rahul Gandhi has picked this up, do you think he's acting on the corroboration that he's been given? I'm sure he's not making this up. He's not pulling this out of a hat. He's been given this data. How do you look at this?
Very differently, we can see that the pillar of the democracy is the electoral process entirely. And we gone through in the recent time, if you see the few elections, so many allegations being framed on the election commission as well as on the Bharatiya Janata Party and the other. If we go through the thorough process of this vote deletion, vote addition, and the alterations of the change of address, ultimately we cannot find or we never seen any of the BLO had been charged to doing the additions and deletion on his own wish. Never. Because electoral process doesn't have any of the man forces or the technicalities or this kind of the infrastructure to go and check each and every voter of the constituency, any of the constituency. So we have seen many times that so many political parties are organizing camps in their societies or the mohallas or everywhere. They call the people and making adding votes in their constituencies, and this is a very simple process. But either our ex-election CEC was telling whatever, but at present we have seen this thing. All the process is going through the online portal process, and we also got our enlistment of in the voter list through this process. So you cannot see, we never seen that any BLO came to our house, never. So this is the simple practice in India. We have to link. It's my suggestion. I may be wrong. You have to link the electoral card, voter ID card with the Aadhaar card. As you link all the bank accounts, ration card, then what is the harm to adding Aadhaar card with the voter card? I think we can minimize the duplicacy because thumb impression is there, eye impressions are there. So many technicalities are involved into that. And you have the entire system. There will be, I think we can save the cost of to spend on the BLOs and all other exercises. As far as the allegations of Rahul Gandhi are concerned, he is giving the exact figure 6,018, 6,850 something in Maharashtra, 11,000 something in Delhi election in Sahadra Assembly constituency. We have seen. So, this is the duty of the Chief Election Commissioner and the entire team to reply to CID. He cannot ask for the affidavit from the CID Karnataka. This is the major question. You have to reply to your state election commissioner. That this is the thing. They are asking for the IP addresses, OTPs, and all entire process. Through portal, the person tried to delete the 6,018 votes. So why they are trying to hide the fact? Entire youth of this country want to know the transparency. He wants the transparency in each and every process.
Mr. Dubey, the ruling dispensation contends that the same system has worked for the same people or the same organization or the same governments in different states from time to time, including Karnataka, where they won the election. Then why doubt it?
No, winning or losing the election is a different issue. I'm not going through that. It's now the time to reform the process. Mr. Vinit, I'm telling that thing. It's the time. We are going through the process we adopted at the time of the independence of India. Similar process we are adopting this time. What is the change there? Once you have the electronic system, you have the Aadhaar card. You link the Aadhaar card with the voter ID. That's all. I think 90% of the duplicacy will be deleted.
Suleiman, would you like to respond to Dr. Halkai? She also said that Ulta Chor Kotwal ko dante.
The language she used, brainless, etc. I think it's very, very, inappropriate to use all these languages politically. We should have political courtesies. We have raised an important issue, and Rahul Gandhi ji has, with full responsibility, said on the stage that I am the leader of opposition. I am saying whatever I am saying. I am saying with full responsibility after doing due research. I am saying this with full responsibility and doing full research. Therefore, anyone, a BJP spokesperson, anyone from the BJP, I've seen Ravi Shankar Prasad ji or Anurag Thakur ji's bite, whereby they are saying that they want to create a situation. They want to create a situation like Nepal, Bangladesh. The lady was right now saying Soros, etc. I think BJP should and Jansangh and RSS should remember their history. That American money, BJP, RSS, and Jansangh in the early 60s they are being aided by the American money for very long to destabilize Pandit Nehru and Indira Gandhiji's government. They should remember this. So they should not, touch us on this. We have been a nationalist from very beginning. You have never been a nationalist. We know this. Your history tells this. And this issue of Election Commission of India, how this vote chori has been done, has to be replied on facts. If Rahulji is raising such an important, serious issue that's hitting, directly into the constitutional democracy, which is affecting the constitutional democracy of the country, the Election Commission has to come out and reply in a manner in which the people in general or large are satisfied. The last press conference we saw Ganesh Kumar, it seems that bhashan or that speech or statements which he spoke on the stage in the press conference, that is sent by the BJP office कि पहले माफी मांगे नहीं तो साबित करे, वो तो एक राजनीतिक भाषण की तरह बोल रहे थे. So he has to do a sensible press conference, reply to it, and don't do anything. CID is asking, certain documents from you for 18 months in relation to an investigation of an FIR, in relation to vote chori in Alan constituency in Karnataka and Kalburgi. Why don't you give it? Rahul Gandhi ji is not asking, we are not asking, we are saying give it to the CID. There is a FIR, crime number 26 of 23. Give it. Why the election commission is running away? Who the election commission is saving? These are very, very pertinent questions, and BJP and election commission cannot run away from that.
All right. Well, fair enough. We've run out of time, but appreciate everyone joining in and sharing their thoughts on this important matter. We take a short break now. We'll be right back.